What's going on, YouTube? I am the Masked Man. I am back for another review. I recently saw the trailer for a new show called Shades of Grey, starring Jennifer Lopez. She plays Detective Harleen Santos, a dirty cop who bends the rules in order to keep order in her city. And one day she gets caught in the middle of accepting a bribe and now has to inform on her former team in order to stay out of jail. Now, to be honest, I think that the show looks good. I think it's a good looking show. The show will be taking the place of The Player, starring Wesley Snipes and Philip Winchester. And I'm very sorry to hear that. Unless a miracle occurs, The Player will be getting canceled, and this is the show that will take its place. Now, the show stars Ray Liotta as Matt Wozniak, J-Lo's mentor and the boss of this organization of dirty cops or mob or some sort of entity that is unclear what it is. And Drea de Meti plays Tess Nazuro, another lady who is in the show. The trailer opens up with somebody getting being a bad there was a bad shooting. The black cop thought that the suspect was firing a weapon. He shot him. Turns out it was a video game. And J-Lo comes in to clean up the mess. They try to get you to believe that J-Lo shoots and kills the cop that made a mistake, but he was wearing a vest. And you just get a feel for what the show is going to be about. Now, that was the good. I told you that I think that the show looks good. The show looks like it has a lot of good actors, a lot of good themes. But they made Jennifer Lopez the star of a drama. And I don't know how that's going to work. Now, I haven't seen J-Lo's latest movie, Boy Next Door, or whatever it's called. I haven't seen it, but it got a lot of bad reviews. And I did not want to see it, even if I would have had the opportunity to see it, because I didn't like the premise. It's like she slept with a student, but the student was legally old enough to have sex with Jennifer Lopez. It's like maybe what she did was unethical, but it wasn't illegal. And I thought that it would have been a much more interesting movie if either Jennifer Lopez or whoever made that decision would have just made that character be underage so that she did something wrong, legitimately wrong, and now she had to suffer the consequences of making a mistake. And she couldn't go to the police, and she couldn't tell anybody about it because she slept with somebody who she had no business sleeping with, an underage child. But they didn't want to go there, and I don't know why. But Jennifer Lopez is not what I think anybody would call a good actress. Now, I have a theory on Jennifer Lopez that I'm unprepared to share today. If my career as a YouTuber and a professional shit talker ever takes off, and I have an abundance of financial resources, I will meticulously go through J-Lo's entire body of work. Everything from her music to her movies to even the book that she wrote. Maybe even clothing lines or whatever. I will look into all of it and tell you whether my hypothesis or my theory on J-Lo is valid or not. But I think that it's very clear that J-Lo is not a strong actress. And J-Lo has to play a cop that is going undercover in an organization. And she has to play a cop that is nervous, but not so nervous that she would give it away to Ray Liotta's character that she's portraying him. But it has to be obvious enough to the audience that she's struggling. She has to possibly play the victim role with the FBI, and maybe even play both sides off of each other. It's that kind of show. J-Lo has to play subtle. And I don't know if J-Lo is capable of playing a subtle character. I don't know if she has that much of an acting chops. I don't know if she's that talented of an actress. I'm not rooting against her. I'm just saying that when you are in movies, it's easier to hide bad acting than it is in television. There's a reason why they never asked Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone or Jean-Claude Van Damme or Steven Seagal to be in television shows. Even today, when TV is starting to, become more popular or more mainstream, and it's more acceptable that movie stars will be a part of them, they're still, not asking certain people to become a part of television, because those guys that I mentioned, they're good in movies. It's like you'll go see their movies, you'll be entertained by them. But to carry a show week in and week out as a strong actor, I believe that would be hard for them. Now, there is an exception to the rule when it comes to covering up bad acting in a television show, and that is if it's a comedy. It's like you can cover up a lot of bad acting if you put it in the context of a comedy. That's how Ice Cube was able to come in and out of his television show Are We There Yet, which I loved, by the way, which I hate didn't make it the whole way. But you can cover up a lot of bad acting if J-Lo was going to be in a comedy. But this is a serious role, and J-Lo has to play a serious character. J-Lo has to play a very manipulative, a very calculating, plotting character. And I've never seen her do that level of work. But I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. I'm rooting for J Lo. I'm rooting for her to do well in this show, and I'm not just trying to be a hater. I'm not trying to rip on J Lo. I just want for people who get these opportunities to be in these kinds of shows. I just want them to be the people who are the most deserving of them. It seems like this is another one of those shows that they're just putting out there to get a temporary ratings pop, because J Lo is a big name. J Lo is an extremely famous person, and a lot of people are going to tune in to the first few episodes, and then they're going to tune out, and they're going to get their money, and they're going to cancel the show in 8 or 9 episodes. They're not even going to let it get the full 13. I believe that's probably what they're going to do with this show. It's like, you have to consider whatever you think of J-Lo, whether you disagree with my assessments of her abilities or not, whether you disagree or not, you have to be honest with yourself that J-Lo is not as good of an actress as Halle Berry is. I think you would have to be quite dumb to think that J-Lo and Halle Berry, are in the same category. They are a woman who are possibly of equal beauty, but Halle Berry far outpaces her in terms of acting ability. She's better by a mile and a half as an actress. And she had a much better show than this show, a sci-fi show, which is very popular these days, about her white robot child. She had that show Extant, and I hear that show's not gonna make it. I hear they're canceling that show, and I only saw a few episodes, but from what I saw, it was a very decent show. It was a very decent show. It was a good show. It was an entertaining show, and they just canceled that because I guess the ratings are low, or they don't invest in shows like that anymore. And I'm gonna talk about what I would like to see as far as television shows getting canceled so often before they go to an end. I think I'm going to talk about that when I review Heroes Reborn. But that's pretty much all I got to say about the Shades of Blue trailer. It seems like a good show. It has a very good premise. It has other good actors, and J-Lo could surprise me. J-Lo could be surprisingly, this could be her breakout role to show everybody that she's a real legitimate actress that can hold her own with anyone. This is definitely her opportunity to shine. She's the focal point of the show. She's not just in it. The whole story centers around her, and she's going to have to deliver, or this is going to be a show that gets canceled very quickly. But that's all I have to say about that. Let me know what you think about my review of the trailer. Did you agree or disagree with my assessments? Let me know in the comments. If there's anything you want me to talk about, send me an email. I will work on becoming more of a member of the social media machine. Rate the video, like it, dislike it, subscribe to my channel. Bear with me. I understand that we live in a culture where people have 6-second attention spans, but I don't think in 6-second intervals, and I am not a comedian. But help me with this channel, help me grow this channel, give me suggestions, give me feedback, let me know of ways that I can improve, um, and just help me have a conversation, help me have real talk. That's all for this video. That's all I have to say, and I will see you in the next video.